Folks, another response video. I've kind of let comments build up. So this person commented on my video, conservative opinion of Bernie Sanders. I do believe that most conservative, ordinary, in capitals, people want the same thing as progressives. I do not, in capitals, include the conservative rulers in this. Okay, conservative rulers. Okay, the conservative rulers are elected, which means that at least some of them are, in fact, ordinary people who managed to get elected. But as long as any system is controlled by a small group of people, that they will run that system to benefit themselves, not the majority, even though it will destroy them in the long run. That is debatable. There have been systems in history controlled by smaller groups of people who did not run the system only to benefit themselves. We recognize this in politics, so have fought for hundreds of years to get the franchise for all people, not just male landowners. Who is we here? Most don't yet recognize this in economics. Capitalism is an extremely undemocratic, in capitals, system, as was feudalism, is slavery. Okay. A serf was tied to his land. Had no choice where he went or what he did. If I'm a worker, and I'm working for a company in a capitalist system, in a capitalist economy, and the owner makes a decision that I don't like, I can quit. A slave can't quit. A serf can't quit. If you are really, seriously incapable of seeing the difference between those things, then you should be able to see the difference between those things, because it's a big difference. It's an important difference. It is, in fact, the difference between free labor and slavery. That's really important. Moving on. The owner class makes all the decisions that affect everyone. That is wrong. Okay. The owner class. Okay, I don't know where you come from. I don't know what your particular situation is. For all I know, you come from a country where there is there is this huge class divide, where there is a specific class, a specific ruling class, that owns everything and forces everyone to do whatever they say. But where I come from, a situation where I come from in the US, there is no owner class. There are owners, who are people, who are individuals. And sometimes owners lose out and they stop being owners, and sometimes people who are not owners are successful and they become owners. And so there is not a specific class of people who are stuck up at the top and everyone else is stuck down at the bottom. In America, there is a huge amount, there's a huge amount of social mobility. According to IRS statistics, if you are born in the top 20% of wage earners, in 20 years, 80% of people born in the bottom 20% of wage earners will not be in the bottom 20% of wage earners by the time they're age 20. And America has had this huge social mobility for forever. Okay, going back to before the Revolution, people came to America, to the 13 colonies, the original 13 colonies, and they commented on this. Okay. When socialism first arose at the beginning of the 19th century, it argued for collective, in capitals, ownership and control of economics, i.e. the workers owning and managing their workplaces. Okay. Some chose to interpret this as collective equals society, therefore government can own and control economics, reps of the workers. I think you mean as reps of the workers, as representatives of the workers. Yeah, so there are people who argue that. This is massive in capitals, centralization of power, very quickly becoming undemocratic, and does not work in capitals. Yes, absolutely. It does not work at all. We are in complete agreement on that. It is also just another form of capitalism, state capitalism, with the same work imbalances in the workplace. A small group from the government is no better than a small group from outside the government. Okay, I'll start at the end. Yes, a small group of people in the government controlling everything is no better than a small group of people outside the government controlling everything. It's worse. State ownership of everything does not have the same power imbalance as in capitalism. It doesn't. You know why? Because the government has a lot of power. The government has the power to enact taxes, conscript people into the army. The government has the power to arrest people. The government has the power to force people at gunpoint, literal or figurative, to do things. In capitalism, a capitalist does not have any more power than any other person apart from what power he gains by doing business, he or she. And just another form of capitalism, state capitalism. I don't think so. I think that is a very debatable point depending on how you define state capitalism. State control of everything, if you define state control of everything as state capitalism, that's, well, somewhat simplistic, at least. So, I would like to get into this with you, if you'd like to, at further length and more detail. The left are capable of self-criticism and analysis, smiley face, and are now arguing for a basic grassroots transformation in capitals of economic structures to workplace democracy, aka worker cooperatives, aka socialism. If a decision affects your life, you have the right to take part in it. Simple as. Some people on the left are capable of self-criticism and analysis. Some are not. Because people on the left are all individual people, just like people on the right, with individual foibles and limitations. Some people on the left are now arguing for a basic grassroots transformation, in capitals, of economic structures. Some are not. Some people on the left are, in fact, not arguing for socialism. If a decision affects your life, you have the right to take part in it. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. And in capitalism, I do. And, well, that's it. I'm perfectly willing to debate you further on this. I think this is a good conversation to have. Please comment below with anything you have to say to that, or make your own video. We could do a series of video debates, kind of like the Lincoln Douglas debates. That would be cool. Again, thank you for commenting. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate people speaking their views, especially when their views are opposed to mine, because that way I get to air my own views in opposition to these opposing views, so we can work out what weaknesses are, what strengths are, what's true, what's not true. We can have a good debate. So, thank you everyone for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a good day, and God bless.